Ladies, gentlemen, back again with another quick video, to be fair. This one's just on the Colosseum runes. It's more making this for my thing, because people might know more information than me. And it's for dual blades, this. For your dual blade, this potentially would be for you. It's a bit of theory crafting. I'm just trying to work out, obviously, we got the new runes. We know what they look like. But the descriptions aren't great about like what they actually do, especially on one of them. And yeah, so I'm sort of trying to work out what's gonna be the best thing to go for this. I know it's gonna be most likely using bow shuriken again, but obviously, yeah, we'll go through the two runes that I'm concerned about, and we'll chat about it. We'll see what we can come up with, because it's looking like we might be using Great Thunderbolt. I know some people do use it, but it could mix things up. But it's like, what do you get rid of? What do you keep? So my fellow dual blades, I'd like in the comments if you have any ideas of what you think would be a good thing to get rid of for Great Thunderbolt, or if you don't think it's really going to be worth it going for these runes. Let's see. So let's go to where my first thing is here. Let me just pull it up. Right. So first off here, this is obviously our first rune. Bow Shuriken deals 30% increased damage and reduces enemies' damage by 15. Now that seems pretty good. That seems pretty nice. Reducing the enemy, that's great. And then obviously 30% on bow shuriken. But does that mean, do you think we go full agility, potentially? I did do a video on agility versus strength in terms of for this or last season that it will be, in terms of like this Viking season. Because we obviously had the long throw with the reduced cooldown. Loved it. That's my favorite rune I've ever had. But the real question is, without the extra range, is this going to be worth it? It probably still will be. And with full agility, an extra 30%, that's going to be like doing an ambush on every time you throw, pretty much, if you went full agility. But obviously, you'll lose other things by going full agil. But hey. So that's the first one. So I think that's going to be a necessary go for. I think everyone's going to... I mean, there isn't any other ones to go for, but yeah, it's kind of forcing you to go towards bow shuriken. That. Now the second one, this really confuses me because it's kind of worded weirdly, and there's a few things that I want it to do, but this probably won't happen. So bow shuriken reduces Great Thunderbolt's cooldown by 1 second and increases range by 25%. Now, first question is that 25% range for Great Thunderbolt, or is that 25% range for bow shuriken? Because we've just had 25% range for bow shuriken, so that would make sense that just continued on. And the other thing, the reduces cooldown of the Thunderbolt, is that just 1 second whenever we throw it, or is that 1 second for every target it hits? Because if that's every target it hits, then holy shit, we'll be throwing those things out like Smarties. It'll be insane. But I don't think I'm right with that. I don't think it's a 1 second cooldown reduction for every target it hits. But the 25% increased range, I'm hoping, is bow shuriken, because it doesn't make any sense for it to be Thunderbolt. You use Thunderbolt as close as possible so you can quickly get on them with an ult to benefit from the 20% damage increase. So having a 25% extra range on that, on just the throwing the Great Thunderbolt, to me makes no sense. If this is 25% range on bow shuriken, then we're going to have a really good time, because we're going to stack up that 30% extra damage from our throw, and then we've got the damage reduction on the throw, then we got another 25%, and you can kind of choose if you go Great Thunderbolt or not. I personally won't if it's just throw 1 second off Great Thunderbolt, because over Great Thunderbolts, that's 3 throws over its cooldown. That's you're gonna have to do 3 throws, and you're only reducing it by 3 seconds over 15 seconds. So, yeah. So I probably wouldn't go for the Great Thunderbolt unless the cooldown is reduced by 1 second for every target, but very unlikely. But it's the 25% range that I'm curious about. So, and that's our only 2. That's our 2 runes. I haven't seen any others apart from obviously the one that vapors slows people down, the most useless rune possible. So yeah, I was literally making this video because I'm curious of what's going on with that. I imagine it's just going to be 25% range on Great Thunderbolt, and when you throw it, reduces the cooldown by 1 second. That kind of sucks. But crossing my fingers that it is 25% range on the bow shuriken. Then we're in business. We are in business. So yeah, my fellow dual blades and people that are just kind of like interested and know something. Let me know in the comments what you think, how you're going to build your... Actually, in fact, before we go to that, let's do this. So let's do a little bit of theory crafting here. If I come in here. So this is... Oh, let me get the camera right. So this is obviously what we're going to be... If we are going to be using Great Thunderbolt, what are we going to be getting rid of? Are we sacrificing Butterfly? I don't know. Potentially, or are we keeping Butterfly and sort of doing, not having a way to get out of jail, get out of being knocked down? Throw Thunderbolt, Butterfly. I just don't think that's going to be the play. I think you're actually going to be better off to do something like that with Great Thunderbolt. Yeah. Throw, chemicals, Thunderbolt, and ult. It really depends on what the runes are. But anyway, let me know what you think and how you're going to build your dual blades. Yeah, it should be an interesting season for us. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.